Hollywood's Night of Nights has broken new ground with South Korean film Parasite named Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Now, it is the first time a non-English language film has won Oscar's top prize.
And the Oscar goes to Parasite.
History made in Hollywood as Parasite took home American film's biggest prize. The South Korean black comedy about the gap between rich and poor also picked up Best International Feature Film and Best Original Screenplay, while Bong Joon-ho was honored as Best Director.
This is very first Oscar to South Korea. Thank you.
He also paid tribute to the other directors he was up against for the prize.
When people in the U.S. were not familiar with my film, Quentin always put my films on his list. He's here. Thank you so much.
Quentin, I love you.
The night caps off a triumphant awards season for Parasite. The film was catapulted into stardom after it won the Palme d'Or, the Cannes Film Festival's highest honor last year. And it comes amid the Oscars' recent push to overcome its lack of diversity. Meanwhile, the top acting prizes went largely as predicted. Joaquin Phoenix's visceral performance in Joker earned him the title of Best Actor. Best Actress went to Renee Zellweger for her role as Hollywood legend Judy Garland, while Brad Pitt and Laura Dern took home the Supporting Actor Oscars for their roles in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Marriage Story, respectively.
And Parasite's win is a milestone for South Korea's movie industry, which celebrated 100 years last year. Lim Yeon-suk reports more from Seoul.
Now, the Oscars was shown live here on one of the local TV stations, and so South Koreans who were able to watch it were glued to the TV sets. Now, when Parasite won its first award for the best screenplay, South Koreans started tweeting and putting out messages like, "I can't believe this, it's just amazing." And some said this one award itself was a historic moment for South Korea. But when Parasite grabbed 3 other awards and the best picture, South Koreans started to go wild, with many saying they should be going out celebrating with drinks tonight, repeating what director Bong Joon-ho said earlier in his speech, that he was ready to drink tonight until next morning. Now, South Koreans I spoke to admit they didn't expect this, although it was about time director Bong Joon-ho was recognized for his work.
아시아에서 이제 상을 탄 적이 없잖아요. 그래서 그래도 저거까진 무리겠다라고는 좀 생각했거든요. 근데 상 탄 거 보니까 좀 대단한 것 같아요.
그래서 뭔가 그냥 워낙 그냥 훌륭한 감독이 이제 받을만 해서 받았다, 이제 받을 차례가 슬슬 됐다, 이 정도로 생각하고 있습니다.
Now, this award is expected to further help South Korea's movie industry, which celebrated its 100th year in 2019. It produced its first Korean movie in 1919.
저도 이제 한국인으로서 봉준호 감독을 좋아하는 사람으로서 굉장히 자긍심이 생기고, 앞으로도 더 많은 영화들이 아카데미나 칸 같은 데서 더 좋은 소식들이 많이 들리지 않을까.
봉준호 감독이 이번 이렇게 큰 상을 받음으로써 전 세계 사람들이 좀 한국의 문화나 역사에 대해서 더 깊게 알 수 있는 기회가 될 것 같아서 되게 자랑스러워요.
After this win, South Korea's web platform Naver was full of messages too, congratulating director Bong, with one user saying that Korean music, dramas, and now movies have finally taken over the world, and another user suggesting that February 10th be designated as Bong Joon-ho's day. Now, South Korean President Moon Jae-in also celebrated this victory by applauding with his staff before starting his weekly meeting on Monday afternoon. And I'm sure that South Koreans will be applauding and celebrating this historic moment for many more days and weeks to come. Lim Yeon-suk, CNA, Seoul.